The crystals of creation have revealed themselves. Evils emerge across the multiverse. The armies of the abyss gather. The Underdark's plans are near fruition. Chaos erupts across all spheres, and darkness descends on the plains. Alliances are forged in blood. The gods move avatars like pawns on a board, and unlikely heroes emerge to thwart the unstoppable. But will it be enough before the material plane crumbles? The hopes rest in a group of wayward adventurers. The battle of the Outlands awaits.
Our adventurers closed out their first night in Sharn by defending themselves against a mysterious foe that looked to steal from their ship. Jay and Charles fended him off. Charles discovered a new chapter in his book, and they also went shopping to buy a couple of items. Will our adventurers figure out their mysterious illness, find the crystal creation, or end up stuck in a never-ending lore dump? Only time will tell. So we did end the session. Everybody is in the Green Dragon Inn. Kurgan, you had a late night hanging out at the Green Dragon Inn and are resting it up upstairs on a couch in the suite that Timmy has bought everybody. Now, Jay, as you're walking into the Green Dragon Inn with Charles, there is some burly men carrying in kegs and carrying empty ones out into a cart. The smell of breakfast meats and eggs and all the breakfast smells are wafting from the kitchen. People are stumbling out, and the Twilight Shift people are starting to enter as they're enjoying a meal and maybe an ale in the morning. What are you doing, Jay?
Jay will go up to anyone of the party, make sure everyone who's still awake and of his party is not dead yet, because that's a worry every single time they leave his sight.
Yeah, sure. So first thing is you go to the suite. It's unlocked. You go in there. Igor is supposed to be keeping guard, but he's asleep. He's got a big tankard in his hand. And you also notice there's tons of crates all around, filling in this entire suite. You have to work your way around them. You see Kurgan is snoring away on the couch, and that's what you see.
All right, well, Jay will go over to the sleepy, weepy Kurgan and kind of shake him on the shoulder. Kurgan, can you wake up?
Oh, morning. How's it going, Jay?
Good morning. Our ship got attacked by shadow men, like assassins or something.
What? With that, Kurgan's just gonna sit right up. He's gonna immediately look for his sword. He's just gonna, start looking around. Where are they?
Well, they've either run away or died. I put my hand through one of their chests, and that kind of frightened the rest of them off.
Oh, you fought them without me? Oh.
Hey, they were trying to get into our safe.
Oh, okay.
Didn't really feel like we had the time to call for a spot of tea to come get you. So, unfortunately, the one I captured ran and then died because he's not smart. But I didn't know what they're working for. Found a whole bunch of daggers. But nothing particularly interesting on them other than the poison daggers they had.
Oh, okay. Once all that adrenaline is gone from Kurgan's body, he's just gonna sort of get tired again, why am I even so tired? I don't even remember what happened. Was there like a party or something?
You can roll me an intelligence check. Actually, roll a constitution check first for me.
Ooh, Constitution. Oh. Where's it in my character? Oh, there it is. Constitution check, did you say, or a save?
Save.
Save. Okay, Constitution save. I've got +7. That's a total of 18.
Okay. You remember most of the night. It was a lot of drinking. Timmy was buying rounds. He was mentioning he bought a bunch of stuff, sold a lot of the mushrooms, bought this thing called dragon's blood. Crates and crates of this stuff. That's what's all around you, and he made a pretty good profit and was sharing the wealth.
Okay, alright, okay. I think I kind of remember what happened. It's still a bit all fuzzy. Let's check on everyone else. Maybe they're all really just have a hangover like me.
You do know that Tex left somewhere in the middle of the night. You don't know where, so he's not around. And Charles was out looking for materials, some shopping materials. He said he'd catch up with you later.
All right. So, now what are all these crates? And Jay will like nudge one with his feet.
Yeah, and you hear the clinking of glass and vials, and you can pry one open if you want.
Are there any boxes that are already open that are like as if it's like drinks?
Yeah,
to be
let's go
drunk?
with there was one that's open a little bit, and as you see with your perception inside, there are these milky greenish liquid inside them in these vials.
Do you have any idea what these things are and why we have crates of them?
I'm pretty sure this is that, what is it? Dragon's blood. Yeah, it's dragon's blood stuff that, Timmy bought, and he's getting rich of it. I don't really know how he's so business savvy. Like, we didn't teach it to him. I'm pretty sure his parents didn't teach it to him. But yeah, apparently he's making money moves.
Well, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe someone on the ship, one of our crew, is actually a secretly amazing businessman. Could be civil for all we know.
Rocker.
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
The
I
cannibal.
was...
Yeah, they can.
I mean, where else do you think he gets all his meat from?
That's it. I don't think I want to ask where he got his business savviness from now. Jay will take, like, out of an open box, take one of the vials and, like,
Okay.
kind of step away from everyone towards a window, and open it and kind of, like, smell it and see what it's like.
Okay, give me
figure out what its use.
Yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
21, luckily.
Okay, excellent. So, first thing you get is a very potent, like, think of Robitussin or medicine syrupy type of,
Ooh,
right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And, you taste it. It doesn't taste good. And for you, it's not really doing anything. And you wait a little bit. It's got a little cork to it that you have to pop open, but...
Yeah, he pops it open, like, tastes it, nothing happens, and then pops the cork back on, and it'll keep it on him at the very least.
Okay.
He already used this one. So, I suppose this is like drugs?
I mean, I wouldn't know, but like, alcohol is a drug. People pay a lot for that, and it's legal. A lot of troubles come through it. It could be, but I don't know if it's illegal or not.
All I know is that I don't feel anything from taking it, which means it's some sort of substance that is at least mildly toxic.
Maybe it's just like drop water or something, you don't know. I mean, can you tell if it's supposed to do something to you, but it's just not?
Not quite. If I had to know I was being poisoned every time, my short answer is no. I just auto filters anything like that out.
That's when the door opens up and Timmy strolls out. He stretches and he's like, "Oh, Jay, how's it going?"
Good. I'm here because someone attacked our ship last night. Everything should be fine, but
man.
you know,
It's horrible.
nothing was stolen or anything. By the way, is this some sort of drug substance? That is an accusatory, but I just tasted
dragon's
it.
blood. Yeah, that stuff actually it enhances spell casting, but it also is addictive. So be careful with that. Even though I think you mentioned.
Okay, so Texas room is that one there. Let's move this to the exact opposite side of the ship. And Kurgan is just going to start lifting and carrying and trying to hide it from specifically Tex.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can bring this stuff back to the ship, put it in the hold where Tex doesn't have a key.
Yeah. Because this could actually burn you from the inside out if you do not handle it or you take too much.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm just going to carry one crate at a time then. Thank you for the warning.
Oh yeah, and be careful. Look, I've paid an arm and a leg for those. We're gonna make a killing in wild space when we get there.
Just in case, by the way, just to let you know, and Jay will hold up the vial that he took. I already took this one. It's opened, so I didn't want to put it back, but I don't know, in case Tex comes back and he needs enhancement to his spellcasting, I should be the one to med out whether or not he gets this thing.
Yeah, I'll let you decide that for sure. What?
Can I make an insight check to see if Timmy's gonna give Tex some magic drug?
Oh, of course. And I will open up his character sheet here and roll for him. Here, a 10. Okay. He is still kind of pissed at Tex. Tex wanted him to kick him off the ship. He doesn't really trust him. But he still has affection for him. So if Tex insists taking it, Timmy would give it to him.
Okay,
But he's not going out of his way to just give it to him.
All right. Good. All right, and Jay, I guess, will use some of his strength to help carry the crates back. And while they're going back, he'll mention to Kurgan that, a few sessions ago, I was given an address to go somewhere to cure my poison thing. I've shown you this address. It was decided that I show you guys this address while you weren't here. But just letting you know.
I was like, was that yesterday or the day before? I can't remember.
This is your second full day. Yeah, this is your second full day, early morning of your second.
And I talked about that, like, it's the assassin house that we're like, oh no, we have to get there to cure Jay. Whoa.
Doesn't it have like the picture of like a beholder or something on the card or whatever?
That was a different business card. This is a new card that's just an address.
Oh, it's a new card. Oh, okay.
It's a new card we got from our reporter.
Oh, from Miss Press.
Yes, Miss April Press. And by the way, that super odd shadow people that attacked us, they aren't the Black Gang. They're just some new people. I don't know if they're new people or old enemies, but they're not the Black-Eyed Gang because they had normal eyes.
Oh, okay. So they're not the guys who came up to me in the bar. Got it. I'll remember that.
So Timmy's like, hey, I got a lot of these crates. I just wanted to ask you guys if I could use the teleporter for the day to bring all these back?
No, you cannot.
Oh, all right.
I'd rather you get manual labor because I'd want the teleporter in case things get dicey at the assassin house.
Okay. Sounds
I feel like we should just
I-
have that in just as a backup card for when we go to the deadly assassin place.
Really, he's like, well, I better get on that then. And he kind of gets some of his clothes that were strewn about. He's wearing clothes, but he's like, let me grab these things and this. And I'll be back. And he heads back to his room and closes the door.
He definitely won't use the teleporter while we don't want him to. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I guess Jay will, after we do the first crate, Jay will, I guess, show Kurgan the address again and start, I don't know, he'll first go up to a guard or someone by the docks and ask to head to this address.
So you're going to go to a guard and then show...
Well, like any official person that was like, because we know the vague block or whatever it is, right? Of where it is.
Yeah.
So we'll go like, hey, we need to go to, not to this address, but this like area.
Okay.
Because who knows where it is in relation to us.
Okay. Well, there's lots of taxi services that are about. There's people working on cleaning the roads. There's a lot of maintenance people. There are the guards. They're strewn about. There's lots of official, not just policemen, but regulatory people going back and forth. There's a lot of merchants around this area as you step out. A lot of businesses. What in particular are you looking for?
All right, I guess, well, they have a taxi service, so I guess Jay will go over to the taxi service with Kurgan and show them the address and like, hey, can you get us to a stop near here?
And they're like, yeah, of course. That's not too far away. We can get you there.
How much?
That's going to be, for that, 4 silver.
Ooh, cheap dog.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it's so
Jay,
cheap.
Or Jay will pay that because I have over 10 silver on me.
Okay.
I've got over like 10 gold, I think. I haven't even.
I have
actually looked
200
first.
gold. I think I'm a little richer right now.
Yeah, you can pay.
Okay. And it's kind of like a bicycle that he pedals, and it's like a rickshaw, and you guys get in the back, and he pedals, and he's going way too fast for just pedaling. It seems like this might have like he pedals and then a whirling happens, like he's charging something up inside this bike, and then it takes off. And then every once in a while, he has to stop. He pedals a little bit, zooms off again, and he's zooming around everywhere, cutting people off, getting very, very angry. He's got a lot of road rage to him, and finally gets to this one traffic jam, and you're standing still, and in your head, Kurgan and Jay, you hear Towak, and Towak's like, hey guys, just want to inform you that the guards came, and I had to talk to them since we made a commotion last night, and everything's good. We're not in trouble, but I'm kind of nervous keeping the ship in the same spot. What do you think? We either leave Sharn and go into space for a little bit, or find a different parking spot?
If you go into space, you can still teleport us back up onto the ship, right?
Yeah, as long as we're inside this crystal sphere. The only thing I'm worried about is that weird dragon with the stones that almost took us out, but...
Yeah, I think we should... Timmy wants to bring some odd magic drug or something, keep it away from Tex. But he wants to bring it onto the ship. So once you do that,
Okay.
Jay will look to Kurgan. I think we should bring it to space, get it off planet.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. You know, wait a second. Kurgan's just gonna look at the sky for a bit. Was I just really drunk last night, or was there like 3 moons?
There were 3 moons that you saw, for sure.
Could you like land on one of those if you have to? Actually, I don't know what moon creatures might be there. Might be better just be in space.
Yeah, I think we just want to keep as close to the planet as we can, unless you guys are coming with us.
Yeah, keep close to the planet so you can teleport us off. There might be moon men.
Yeah, who knows about this place? So I'll wait for Timmy, and then I'll let you guys know when we're heading back. Do you want me to take Timmy with us?
Yeah, if we're leaving
I'll do.
with everything, I think you should take Timmy with you.
You got it. All right. Let me know if you need me. I got stuff to do. And that's it. And as you finish that conversation, the traffic kind of dissipates and you're making your way there. Took a good 45 minutes to get where you need to be. And you stop. You didn't give him the exact address. You just gave him the street, right?
Yeah, just the street.
Okay. He's like, well, here you go. Lancaster Street here.
I'll tip him an extra 2 silver.
Oh, you say, thank you so much. Do you need a ride back? You need me to hang out here?
Nah, you can go. I believe we will have business to do here, so don't worry about it.
You got it. Thank you. And he takes off.
And I'm just like, hey, wait, I haven't got enough yet.
Yeah.
Just has to dive out of a
He
magical
dives
rickshaw.
out of the way.
Just as I jump out, I just barrel roll and I just hit like a woman or something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he'll look down at the address and, trying to find out, what's this place looking like? How bad is it? Is this a bad part of the neighborhood?
No, it's actually not. It's a residential road. There's towers, of course, jutting out in all different directions, but it looks like they're estates. There's a couple of towers with walls about 7 to 8 feet tall with these iron gates that you can see in, landscaping, beautiful bushes and trees, people walking on the sidewalks. Not a very busy street.
Okay. Then Jay will just attempt to figure out where he needs to go.
Okay.
Using the address and the street sign.
You make your way down and you see the address. You're like, all right, it's going by 10s and 3 houses up ahead. That's gotta be it. And as you can see, it's on the left-hand side. There's 2 towers connected together like a castle. There's an outer wall, and this wall is taller than the other walls by another 10 feet. So this is around 20 feet tall walls. And the very top of the walls have these iron spikes that are protruding out to keep people from climbing over.
Is there a big door?
There is no doors on the outside wall.
And there's only one wall towards the street.
Yes.
You can't go around it.
No, you can't go around. Now, what you do see is that on the middle section where you would say there's got to be a door here, there's actually these eyeballs, 7 of them, all around.
Like drawings of eyeballs or
No,
literal eyeballs?
they're carved out, so they're almost like statues that are attached to the brick wall, and they're closed eyes.
How similar does this seem way, like super way back to when Jay actively got the eye on his hand? How similar does it seem to that, like, drawing on the in that cave?
Not at all.
Got it. Well, then Jay will approach the eyes, see what happens when he gets within 5 feet of them.
Nothing happens.
He'll tap or like knock one of the eyes.
Okay. And the eye...
Just poke the eyeball.
The eye opens up and it looks at you and it says, "What do you want?"
I was told to come here to meet someone about the Lady of Plague.
Another eye on the other side opens up. And now this is a woman's voice and goes, "Who said that name to you?"
Some woman in a hospital somewhere, House Oren, I believe. I never caught her name. But I have an illness and I was told to find them here.
And another eye opens up and this is another woman's voice, but a little bit older. And it's like, "You can let him in." And the eyes close and all of a sudden a door appears right in front of you. And as you can look through the wall, there is a brick stone like pathway that leads to this estate and these beautiful gardens on the left and right hand side of this stone walkway.
Well, gesture to Kurgan and it's time to go on in.
That it is, but you're the sick one. You should go in first.
Yeah, it's time for Jay to take the lead. I see no issues. -1 charisma. Pog.
Okay.
Kurgan's just gonna walk in front. Just
And we can
because
walk side by side so you can do all the
side by
convincing.
side, exactly.
And you walk in and the first thing you see for signs of life is there's a person in a hood and he's bent over in the middle of this garden area and it looks like he's weeding some of the grass around the flowers. But as his cloak opens up a little bit, you see he's packing a sword. And he looks at you a little bit, keep an eye
Like
on
my
you as
6
well.
swords on my back.
Jay waves.
He doesn't say anything. He goes back. He kind of huffs out and he heads back to his gardening. And as you head towards this estate, on top of the stairs there's a figure of an older woman, gray hair in a bun, a white dress with some silver necklace that is dangling down with a blue gemstone in between. And she has a kind of a motherly, I don't know, school teacher vibe to her as you come up to her.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Sheila. And you must be who?
I am Jay. I am the ill one.
I see. And you, sir? And she looks at you, Kurgan.
I am... Well, you already gave the name to that person before. I'm Kurgan.
I see. Okay, well, I heard that someone in the hospital gave you our address. Very interesting. And she kind of like raises an eyebrow in your direction.
Yes, someone in the hospital told us to come see you about, my odd illness.
I see.
It's less of an illness and more of a weird, not quite possession.
Is it like an infection? Like, I'm just asking this to Jay now, just looking at him.
You know the eye that I have, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know. Is it like an infection? Has it infected you somehow?
I suppose. I mean, I have black inky blood now. That isn't good.
Oh, wow. That's worse than I thought it was. Yeah, anyway, so he's got black inky blood. Can you fix him?
I do not know. Come on in. And the doors open on their own as she turns around and you go in. You see as you inside is a very large room with candles, hundreds of candles that the wax has melted down a lot of them and dripping down, and the decor is like black lace and lots of black vases and black flowers, and it seems like the theme is black. And she enters the house.
Jay will follow.
Okay.
As will Kjörgen.
And another thing you see is they're coming out of the wall like a ghostly figure, transparent at first, then becoming a full plate mailed, armored, 7 foot tall, huge man who's carrying a broadsword. And he just looks at you, all of you, and he's like, Sheila, who are these strangers? And she turns around and is like, we have some guests. Please, you should use your manners. And he kind of harumphs, and he just eyes you very suspiciously.
Yes, so my illness also has another issue. I can't... This sounds bad to most cultures, I believe. I can't not kill someone. At least it's very hard. Not that I'm... And Jay will like hold his hands up kind of defensively. Not that I'm gonna burst into a rage, but it's hard to pull back my blows when I attack people, and it's because of the illness.
He kind of looks over at Sheila, and he like holds his hand on his broadsword, and he's like, maybe I should accompany you. And she's like, do what you will, let's go. And the door in front of her opens on its own, and she steps into another room.
God, you got like magic doors. This place is really fancy.
He kind of snorts a little bit, like, nah, that's her. She does that. I have to use the doorknobs.
Oh, that's a bit rude.
Yeah.
Make some sort of enchantment. Yeah. It's always guys like us that just have to open the doors for ourselves, or these guys can just like do it themselves or teleport or things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really need doorknobs, as he just walks through the wall right next to the door and enters into the room.
Kjörgen is considering just punching down the wall so he can do the same.
Jay will walk through the door like a sensible person.
Okay, and you walk through, and she turns.
Fine, I'll follow Jay.
And as soon as Kjörgen goes through the door, she turns, and the door closes on its own. And in this room, it's more of a sitting room. There's lots of comfortable chairs. There's a fireplace that's not going, but it's dormant. But there's library, bookshelves. There is a music box that in the center of the room that is not going, but there's also the same theme, black candles everywhere. And she's like, please have a seat.
Can I make an insight check to see how likely they are to stab us or betray us or kill us, etc.?
Yeah, who are you inciting? The woman or the man?
The woman, not the man. The man is upfront about his distrust.
Yeah.
This woman.
I got a 20.
Dang it, beat me by 1. I wish
so
Tex
what you
were
could
here.
get is she's trepidatious, strangers walking into her house, but she is concerned and also gives a motherly air to her. So she's got a little caring to her, but she could kill you if you aren't.
Yeah, I kind of got that from her whole black library and black candles.
Yeah. So she sits down in one of the comfortable chairs. She picks up a little bell and she rings it, and there's no sound that comes from the bell. And she's like, are you guys hungry, thirsty? Could I get you guys some refreshments?
I think you need to like fix the clapper or whatever that's inside there.
And she laughs and she's like, no, it worked just fine.
Do you want anything, Kurgan?
I don't really think I should. I'm just gonna like try and physically signal to Jay that we probably shouldn't eat anything that this woman tries to give us.
Jay will see that like symbol and then ask her. It's been a while since I've had, I think it's wine, as normal people call it.
Yes, we could offer you some wine.
I'd have a glass of that if you don't mind.
And as she says, a lady comes in, a younger lady, black hair tied up in a bun, a simple maid outfit with an apron, and she's carrying a tray with wine on it and comes right in. As soon as you said it, the door opens up and puts the wine in the bottle right there.
Yeah, I guess Jay will, I don't know, pour himself a glass and take a sip and see if it tastes, oh man, there's poison in this, or if it tastes like, hey, it's wine.
Since you aren't really a wine drinker, I don't think you are as a...
I think the last time you drank wine was that banquet back in Kaharan.
Yeah, so
level 5.
It tastes...
It wouldn't surprise me.
It tastes bitter, but, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, so, tell me your story. Why are you here in House Tarkanan?
Well, my illness is one that isn't normal or easily treated. Many semi-powerful people tried and failed. Benjamin? Who the hell's Benjamin? Jay will unwrap his hand with the bandies, with the band-aids, and then show the eye in his palm.
And this eye starts darting, like looking around the room very fast, and she kind of like skirts.
He wants to show it like, hey, there's an eye in my palm, then clap a hand over it.
Okay, no problem. And she's taken aback a little bit. The man in the full plate kind of like, you hear the swords kind of slide out. She kind of looks at him a little bit, and the sword goes back in to the sheath. She's like, that is very strange. I've never seen that before. You are in the house of aberrant marks. I assume you've heard of that. You are from Sharn, right?
I'm not from around here. That name has been mentioned to me, but I don't really know much about the dragon mark or aberrant houses.
Yes. Well, not to be, to hold you here for a long story, but there are marks, and they kind of show up on people. And usually they are associated with houses, like House Tarkanan or House Tharask or House Jarasco. These marks will appear on people, and they will allow you into the house. Now, aberrant marks are these marks that appear on people, but they don't belong to a house. maybe only one person has these marks. Well, a long time ago, there was a war to get rid of these aberrant marks. They were seen to be like a curse, so many of these other houses sought these people out and killed a lot of aberrant marks. Well, our house grew to protect these people. So now here we are, helping anybody who shows an aberrant mark. But that hand of yours, that's not a mark. A mark should appear somewhere else on your body. Is there anything else?
Have you told her about all those veins and stuff? And we've already mentioned the blood, but yeah, it's
I don't believe Jay has actively seen any other marks on himself, right? Just the veins and shadow blood.
Yeah, just the veins, and then when it hit your heart, you kind of passed out, and then you didn't see anything from there. She's yeah. Go ahead.
Not as far as I know. I mean, I would offer to get naked to you, but apparently most civilized cultures don't like that sort of thing.
Yes, well, we have Kazar. He is one of our oldest and most renowned aberrants. He has a mark that is able to decipher other marks. He can look at you and see if what you have is an aberrant mark or not. So, would you like him to look over you?
Is there anything that I'm expected to do in return?
Well, no. All I ask is, if you do not have an aberrant mark, you've never heard of us and never came here. But if you have an aberrant mark, this could be your home if you want.
Okay. So where is this Kaiser?
Kazar is here. I will have to ask for him, and it is a ceremony that is held in a very sacred section of our estate. Are you willing to partake in this? It has to be done willingly, and it will not be painful at all. Just time-consuming.
Now I could incite a lot of things about that check.
Sure.
But the thing I want to insight is, actually, no, Jay would just ask, can I bring Kiergan with me?
Of course. It is a very sacred ritual, but there's nothing saying that you may not have someone present.
Then I suppose it's better to start now than later.
Well then, she rings the bell that makes no sound, and the maid arrives again, and she says, "Please tell Kazar we have a guest, and to prepare in the sacred room." And the maid bows and heads out. She says, "Please follow me. I'll show you the grounds before we go there and set up the ceremony." So she stands up, and so does the man in the plate armor, follows right behind you. And are you following her?
Yeah, I have no reason not to. She hasn't actively stabbed me yet.
And Kiergan?
I mean, I might as well, right?
Okay. So she leads you through to a courtyard that's in the center of this castle. It's open air, and as you exit into the courtyard, there seems to be people practicing fighting. And what you can see is, picture the X-Men is all I can say. There's one person who can elongate their arms out. Another one can create fireballs in their hands and are throwing it. One person has ice that is able to create ice. Another one's made out of rock. And all of these are really just fighting and practicing. And she's like, Sheila is like, see, this is the other aberrants that are here. They are... yes?
Sorry, you go.
No.
You're done, you go.
No, go right ahead.
Are any of them blue and maybe have horns?
There are no blue with horns, no, but we do have a lot of others. And not to say one with blue and horns will not appear one day. We just never know with these aberrant marks who or what could bring. But this is their home.
Okay, all right.
So
Kurgan's just going to look a little bit disappointed, but he's just going to keep going.
She leads you to this room, and it's just a room by itself. Think of like a domed ceiling made out of glass. It's a smaller room, maybe about 30 feet by 30 feet with no doors. As she gets to it, she kind of holds her hand up and doors appear on all four sides. Say, please enter.
I mean, they asked politely, so we just gotta.
There in the center of the room is candles lining a circle. And there is an older man. He's carrying a staff, long beard. He's got this bone necklace. And he's hunched over a little bit. He squints a little bit. And he's like, Sheila, you wanted me here to prepare the ritual? And she's like, yes, we have possibility of another aberrant. He's like, it's been so long since a new aberrant has appeared. It has been a little rusty on my ceremonies. Let me, and he kind of shakes a little bit and you hear some of his bones crack. He's like, I think I still have it in me. Please, who is it? And he goes right up to Kurgan and he squints up at you. He's like, blue with horns. Yes, definitely an aberrant mark. I can see it. And he kind of pokes his staff in your chest, Kurgan.
Okay, wrong person.
Oh, yes, I was just tricking you. I knew it all the time. It must be this one. And he puts the staff right up and he's like, here it is, the tall one. All right, and he's like, please enter the circle.
Before Jay steps into the circle, Jay will turn to Kurgan. In case things go horribly like they're off to do, I give you free reign to eat the hell out of me if I go crazy.
Sweet.
And Jay will step into the circle.
Okay. And the first thing you feel as you enter this circle is kind of like a force field. As you enter it, you feel like this kind of stepping into a warm bath almost. As you enter this circle. And Khazar goes around the circle banging the staff down. Every time he bangs the staff down, part of the circle starts to become brighter and brighter until pretty much a ring of flame is now all around you, Jay. And he's like, he begins to do a small chanting at first, and then it becomes louder and louder. And you feel your clothes, Jay, become hot. I'm not going to get rid of your robe. Wouldn't do that to you. Okay, but you must remove your clothes.
Oh yeah, Jay will Jay will easily take them off and then chuck them up and over the fire over to Kieran.
Yeah, I would never get rid of your robe without you trying to make a roll first, but I'm still gunning for it.
Oh, obviously. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm not that much of a dickhead to just think, all right, no roll, get rid of your robe. So you're standing there, and now, Jay, you feel that your blood, the black blood, is starting to pulse and get warm where it's at. And you see now where your heart is at, it's beginning to move and swirl around as he's beginning to chant. And he is louder and louder. This chant is going as this blood is beginning to form some type of symbol, like a tribal looking symbol right in the middle of your chest. And then as his chanting becomes a crescendo, he slams his staff down and the lights of flame like burst up and then dissipate, and it takes a while for your eyes to adjust. And there is Khazar lying down in a clump of it, like just fell over, and he kind of gets back up and he wipes some of the dirt from his forehead, and he's like, this is no aberrant mark. I see a merging of dragons and elves. The blood of Vol is within you. The mark of death has returned. And he collapses again on the ground.
So that doesn't sound any good.
Three in the room. It was only Kerrigan, me, and him in the room, right?
No, Sheila and that man in the plate armor is hovering over. And her eyes, as you look, are bright as saucers. And he has his sword out. And you hear him say, should I kill him now?
And as he says that...
I knew it. That's what Jay says. And he just glares at the freaking guy. Of course it's something bad.
As he says that, I'm going to get my my hand on my sword as well, but I'm not going to draw it.
Okay. Which one? You have so many to choose from.
Oh, that's true. Probably, I will probably rage, so probably the great sword.
Okay. So you hear Sheila, she holds her hand to this man. It's like, no. He is under guest laws here. She steps up, but doesn't go into the circle, right up, and she kind of puts one hand on Khazar. And she's like, he's okay. Then she looks at you, Jay, and she's like, you do not have an aberrant mark. You have the mark of death. This mark was supposed to be exterminated thousands of years ago. How did you get this?
I'll answer that very quickly. But before I do, would the person who originally had this mark probably be in some sort of castle in a skull in hell?
No. This mark was made by the 13th moon, which was destroyed by the giants using dragon magic. And everybody who had this mark was exterminated on sight.
Can I ask why?
It is said that there was a merging between the dragons and the elves and created some type of monstrosity, and the giants destroyed it. That's all I know. I can find out more, but if people knew that you had this on you, you could be a marked man.
Shay looks down at is his eye still there as well?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Frick.
But now there's no like veins anymore. It all coalesced in this marking on your chest.
Well, if it makes you feel better, the thing that caused this isn't on your planet.
Well, it is now.
Fair.
Kazar is rising, pushes himself up with his staff to his feet, and he's, out of breath, but he goes, I must tell you, your heart is not beating.
Great. That's not good. This is probably a favor that you won't be able to grant, but so that I can get off this planet, because I don't suppose you guys want me here. Do you know where what is it, Jay? What are we looking for? Crystal of Creation? There's a shard of creation?
Are you asking yourself?
I'm asking Jay, yes, but also to Kurgan, because I meant to say Kurgan. Jay is very out of it right now, apparently.
Yeah, you're so out of it. You're talking to yourself in the third person.
Yeah, I mean, Jay's like, Jay should know
That
this.
was some earth-shattering news.
Some earth-shattering news. Jay is like, wow, that's lore of nothing Jay knows.
To answer your question, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, do you have any idea, and this is directed towards the three people, any idea where that might be held or where Ithalids might be gathering?
I do not know of these Ithalids or this crystal of creation. I'm sorry.
Well,
so you mean you don't know what an Ithalid is?
I do not know what an Ithalid is.
Mind flayers.
Mind flayer, people that eat the weird tentacle people. Jay puts his hands in front of his mouth and wiggles his fingers.
They're like squidmen.
Yes.
And they eat brains.
No, I've never heard these. I'm sorry.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. You can add 10 to this roll, please. 23.
14.
Yeah, you have been through a lot, and if your mind's racing, you just found out your heart's not beating. You have this mark of death on your chest, and it's called the Blood of Vol, VOL.
VOL, okay. If you all have no objections, I'm gonna go put on my clothes and then get out of your hair.
It's fine. We can see you out. You see this big man with the plate mail. He kind of eyes Sheila, and he's like, "Are you sure?" You hear him say it under his breath. And she's like, "Yes. There's no blood to be spilled." And he kind of harumps. He's like, "You're going to let the mark of death just walk out of here?" And she's like, "Yes, we are going to let him walk out of here." And she puts her hand to the wall and the door opens up. And yeah, she's kind of tells you, go right ahead.
Jay's gonna Jay does eye the, not the big man suspiciously, but the woman suspiciously, and puts on his clothes. Jay is, I think the most upset thing that Jay is Jay is very upset that his elemental tattoos are now messed up because he's a tribal tattoo on his chest. Doesn't blend at all with the element tattoo.
If you want, for character reason, you can put this mark wherever you want.
Okay, Jay would like to, where would Jay, what would be funny to place this? This will be probably in his lower back.
Okay.
I was going to say the left butt cheek, but that works fine.
Yep, he's got you officially got a tramp stamp now.
Yo, I got the tramp stamp of death.
Tramp stamp of death. Love it. Okay, so, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah, Jay is going to, Jay's just going to put on his clothes again and leave.
Yep. Okay.
So...
Yep, we'll fast forward if that's what you want, and you kind of leave and you're outside now, the main wall with all the eyeballs there, and the door closes behind you and turns into a wall.
Jay would like to go a few blocks away.
Okay.
And then just start mind messaging Kurgan. So, do you think that... I highly doubt that they actually had no idea what mind flayers are. Like, just are? I mean, the other house got upset for even mentioning that they were affiliated, and the assassin house doesn't know what mind flayers are?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Also, is it Charles who is also a little bit messed up?
Yeah, that is an issue. But I mean, we could go back and also give him the mark of death, but maybe, like, shouldn't we figure out whether having this mark of death is good or not?
Yeah, I don't know whether what you have now that it's sort of being looked at is, like, you know, better or worse than what it was before.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
we should wait until it gets to around the level of what you were at beforehand, before, you know, this morning, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we should probably see whether or not I can still pull my punches, because if I can pull my punches now, it'll probably be best to fix him too. But I don't even know if he has, like, a heart that beats yet, or still.
I mean, he's a time wizard, right? Couldn't he just, like... What if one of his abilities is just like, oh, I can make myself live longer by having my body, like, not need to do things as quickly? Like, it could be... That might come into play.
That's a good point.
God, magic is weird.
Magic is very weird. I don't really understand it. I don't even... Like, I do odd magical effects, but I'm not casting spells.
I mean, I can cast spells, but I've got no fucking clue how. I just do it, like, pew! And just from his hand, just Kurgan casts, like, Ray of Frost up into the sky. Look at that! No clue. Just happens.
I mean, I have a little bit of practice. You have to do some focus key things. Hard to explain to someone who's never meditated properly before. But you just focus energy in your body, and then it comes out in fire kicks to simplify complicated process, of course. Just kind of hoping they actually had a lead on mind flayers, because they do, but I don't want to fight them. That doesn't seem like a fight we can win without everyone.
Oh yeah, just two people? I don't think so.
So I think the only... I mean, we can go my style of investigation, which is drop the name of the Crystal of Creation until someone starts trying to stab us.
You know, I probably wouldn't be doing that, considering April Press is probably around every corner just chasing us. Speaking of, Kurgan just suddenly turns around.
Yeah, I think they both go, oh yeah, we also get followed a lot, and then both look around to see if they're being followed.
Okay, perception.
All right, come on.
Good news is that we have these mind bracelets so we can talk in our heads.
21.
18. Kurgan's more perceptive than Jay.
Okay.
Get fucked.
No, it looks like you're not being tailed at all.
So do you think they're like split factions, that the plate mail guy is going to send an assassin after us?
I mean, maybe. I don't really know what the relationship between those two is.
I feel like it's like...
Grammatically, I don't know.
I feel like it's like between, similar to how me and you and Tex, like, we do things, but we're like, hey, that's not a good idea, but hey, that sort of thing. Or maybe it's more like toe walk to one of us. Like, gives us advice, but we can overrule it.
Yeah, like maybe that guy decides to send out like an army of assassins or something to come and get us. I guess it's a good thing we didn't mention Charles then.
Yeah, it is. I'm just curious because elves and dragons creating monstrosities?
Does that mean like an elf dragon or a dragon elf?
I thought.
Wait, do they just really hate Dragonborn?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've heard stories of Dragonborn from
Oh
back
my
in Gahara.
God.
We've seen some on our travels. Do they just hate Dragonborn?
First blue people, now Dragonborn. This place is shit.
This place, the city-state of like whatever it was more open-minded.
Draj.
And Draj was in more of a divided place, and that had slavery.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you could like fight, you were pretty much a celebrity. I mean, this place. God.
This isn't great.
Damn, I want to be done with Eberron.
Man, whoever decided that whoever put the crystal creation on Eberron sucks. Now what do we do? I mean, I think I'm currently out of leads, but I'm not a detective.
Maybe we... Oh, what if we hire a detective? Yeah. Oh, but no, that's probably a bad idea.
90% they're going to be an informant, or they're going to try and kill us.
More than likely.
And the other 9%, they're going to die because of what they investigate, and they're going to leave, and that'll be their we'll have their guts somehow up on our ship. Then that 1% chance they'll actually find something and get back to us.
And then they die. Yeah. This is probably a discussion we should have with everyone else and just not us two on the street.
Yeah, but we're doing the weird mind thing, so...
That's
the
true.
issue. But, yeah, just trying to corral everyone into the same bit is super hard. Trying to get everyone in the same area. They just each have stuff they have to do, like Charles out there getting whatever he needs for spells.
Yeah.
Wonder how Tex is doing. And it's something that definitely won't make the DM annoyed. I'm gonna use my magic thing to try and contact Tex.
Oh no, this is perfect because now Kiergan can use Tex's accent, so it's perfect.
Oh god, it's been a while. I need some time to practice.
Yeah, practice it up.
All right, I think I'm good.
All right, what's Tex doing right now? Tex?
What? Is something going on? Someone say my name?
Yeah, apparently these Eberron might really hate Dragonborn, and I have a mark of Dragonborn on me now. What are you doing right now?
Nothing. And I just assume you hear giggling in the background of I don't know, just some random women or whatever. Definitely not doing anything no upstanding citizen wouldn't be doing.
Got it. I'll leave you to it. And then Jay turns to Kurgan and goes, yeah, we're not going to be able to talk. Remember when I teleported him out of him and he had his pants around his ankles?
Ah, he's going to the bathroom.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I think he's making up for lost time.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So what now?
Pick a road, see what happens.
Oh, okay. You want to choose?
Sure. How many roads are within our direct eyesight right now, DM?
1d6, please.
Do you want to roll or me?
I got it because I'm deciding. 5.
Okay, 5 different roads.
Okay. So we roll again. We're going to choose the 4th road.
Okay. So why don't you roll me a percentage die, please?
D100. Okay. 58.
Oh, okay. Right in the middle. Okay. So the road that you're taking now is leading away from the residential area and is heading towards more of a business factory area. And soon there are big sort of warehouses that are all around, and you see down the street there is a group of people taking up the whole street, and they have these signs Jay, from where you're at, you can definitely see with your perception. They say, Warforged, go home. Someone's like, you're taking our jobs. They say, melt them all down. Warforged are bad, and they're all picketing.
It's probably a crime to beat up protesters, right? That was a joke, Kiergan.
Yeah, Warforged, Blue People, Dragonborn. God, this place is just getting worse and worse.
Yeah,
But
I mean, like, yeah, Jay will go over there and walk
as
past
you
and
become closer and closer, you see that this factory that they're protesting in front of it is huge, and you see that it says House Kenneth's factory, and these big smokestacks are up, and these people are taking these tomatoes and throwing it at these warforged that are entering this factory, and they're like, go back to where you belong. You don't belong here. You're taking our jobs. They're all yelling.
Do any of them notice me being blue and get angry at me?
No, they don't.
Too focused on Warforged.
Yeah, they're pissed off at these Warforged.
they can be racist towards you later. They gotta be racist
Yeah.
against Warforged right now. Come on, don't you have a specific time slot you gotta be in.
There seems to be a couple of managers that are out there and be like, listen, I'm sorry, but this is how it is. They're more productive than you. And they're like, yeah, because they don't need to sleep or eat. They don't even get breaks. And then you come and take our job. They work all day. What about us? What about us? I got children to feed.
So do we want to step in here? This is out loud now. Do we want to step in here, Kiergan? Because, I mean, I don't know which side I would even step in on, because, I mean, I don't want them throwing tomatoes at Warforged, obviously, but I get where they're coming from.
Yeah, but they don't give... Did they just say that they don't give the Warforged breaks?
Yeah, that's also a thing. I feel like we could be protesting this in a much
The
better
manager's
way.
like, listen, they work 10-hour shifts and they go home. They don't need to eat, so they just work through their lunch.
I think that we should start a third, like, sort of...
Yeah,
group
just start
here, like,
I feel like we should start another protest.
give Warforged breaks.
Yeah, give
Yeah, that's
Warforged
what we
like
could do with the rest of our time
treat
today.
Warforged like you would treat a normal humanoid.
Yeah.
Yo, let's start a
And
new
put, like,
protest.
in, like, parentheses down at the bottom, and blue people too.
And blue. All right, you know what? That's a great idea. Let's go get some
We can leave the
signs.
Dragonborn stuff for later, because we haven't seen any of
There's a table set up with these signs and markers that you can make your own sign.
Oh, well then we just got to make a second protest here.
Yeah,
Just like with two people, just
yeah.
like
This guy comes up. He's like, "Oh, you're
10
going to
feet away
join
from
the
everyone else.
protest? Here's a marker and a sign. What are you going to say?"
just basic stuff that everyone else is saying.
Yeah, he's like, "Can you believe
Should I do a
they-
deception or something?
Yeah, they laid off 150 people today, and they laid off another 100 yesterday. They're just bringing Warforged in here, taking all the jobs. I mean, and not even paying us, and it's amazing. I mean, they're paying the Warforged like half our salary, but we're paying. It's not fair.
Yeah, they should. It isn't fair. They should treat Warforged like humans so that Warforged don't steal your job.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I like
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna forget
We're
all
gonna
that
put
noise.
signs
We'll
like
get there.
that.
Yeah.
Change the
And
protest,
then we'd get the Warforged on our side too.
and then everyone will have, and then people will get their jobs back.
Yeah, and then we can get her. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's not right ever since like the houses got broken up into the three factions, and from the south, north, and the west, and now like it seems like now the South Cannith is just going for the lowest common denominator. Jeez, everything since the main house got exploded in the morning, and now it got broken up. These three houses are fighting each other. It's not fair.
I heard one of the, like, I mean, yeah, of course. I don't know which one it was. I was hearing rumors just the other day about how one of the house is one of the fractured House Cannith works with mind flayers or some weird monster.
Dalkir? That's what don't say that stuff. That's horrible. I mean, House Cannith is, corporate greed, but I mean, he's not that bad of a person that would work with that, I don't think.
Oh, of course.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
But also, that is a bit extreme.
He does feel bad about the Warforged and what happened to him. I mean, they're just stuck in the middle. They have no place to go. The Warforged after the war, then there's hundreds of thousands of these Warforged around. I mean, they're just being used and abused by corporate greed. I mean, Merrick's isn't a horrible person, but I mean, he's got too big of a heart for these Warforged and just threw us aside. We helped create these Warforged.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. It was just some offhand rumor. I don't think Cannith wouldn't do anything like that. Just some odd faction in one of the houses was trying to start something up.
Who knows what's going on to the north and the west? I've heard some people in the west are just House Cannith over there is all pretty weird, but in Cannith's north, they're strange as well. But I mean, Merrick's is a good man from what I heard, but how he's treating us, I mean, he's got to do better, and that's why we're here.
It's slipping my mind. What was that big the place that you can't go? It's kind of weird, shady and stuff. On the tip of my tongue.
The place you can't go?
It's the big area in like an all Eberron.
In all of Eberron, are you talking the Mournland?
Yeah, the Mournland.
Yeah, that's where House Cannith, their main headquarters, was located there. And as soon as the cataclysm happened and the mourning happened, it destroyed all of House Cannith, all the upper people, and it broke into 3 factions, these smaller factions, north, west and south. They were all vying for, control of House Cannith. But all 3 factions still don't trust each other. But from what I heard from my friends, House Cannith South is the best. But they gotta treat us better here. This is what they're doing here is just not right.
Yeah, I agree. It's just awful.
So totally. Kyogen is now done with his sign.
What's it say?
It says, what does it say? Shit, I had it figured out in my head.
Jay's sign is very simple. It's like
equal pay for equal work, Warforged, equal human. That's just what it has there.
Warforged are the same as you and me. Treat Warforged like you treat your friends. That's like, I don't know. There's union stuff, but we're promoting unions in Eberron.
Yeah.
Time to get a sick union. By the way, Jay will
the people must seize the means of production.
Yo, we can start a communist uprising.
Oh God.
Yo,
what have you done, DM?
Down with the bourgeoisie.
Oh man.
Down with the dragon marked.
Right?
Yo, viva la revolution. Jay will mind message Kurgan. So, a couple more leads now. Northern faction, Western faction, Mournlands.
I guess we've had a very productive day. As I'm just hoisting up my sign like 10 feet from the other group.
Oh, you're hovering over everybody, pretty much.
Yeah, frickin' we're both super tall with big signs.
Yeah, you're holding like peace signs and you got like 17 swords on your back.
Yo, like, be at peace or else.
Yeah.
This is a great session. I'm loving it so far.
Yeah, and then there's the doors of the factory opened up and a man steps out, handsome man wearing a business suit, and definitely the same person you saw in the Skyway. This is Merrick's, and everybody, oh my gosh, it's Merrick's. And he's like, everybody, calm down. I know that this is hard on everybody, but the Warforged deserve the right to take care of themselves. And they have sacrificed themselves for the war, so none of you could have to go to the war and fight. They have a right to work and take care of their families here. And all I'm doing is given the opportunity. I know I had to lay you guys off, but I will take care of you guys and pay for you to find new work for House Cannith in different areas. And people are like, yeah, but you shouldn't. And they're yelling at
Jay. Jay will also call out, like as soon as like he raises hands for anything to die down, Jay will then in the silence call out, if they sacrifice so much, why aren't you paying them more?
And he looks at you and you guys make eye contact, and he's like, listen, they just started. New employees do not need to make as much as everybody else. They will eventually get to where they need to be, but they also don't need a lot to live off of because they don't eat and they don't need like a lot. So we can pay them a little bit less. It's called capital.
Kurgan is now gonna yell, is that your sneaky little plan? You gonna fire all these Warforged and get in a new bunch so you can say all that stuff again?
Oh, I like it. Okay. Why don't you roll me?
Saying it? Thinking it's a good plan?
It is. Roll me.
Yo, can we start a riot here? Yo.
Roll me a persuasion.
Anarchists.
Persuasion.
Yo,
please.
we went from unionism or unions to communism to anarchism.
Yeah.
Yo.
What do I have to roll again?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh God. I've only got a +2. Oh, thank God, it's only an 11. It almost hit 19.
Yeah. He runs the biggest house. He is done. This is the +10 to this roll here. Yeah, 25. So he's like, you don't tell me how to run my business. And I have taken care of these Warforged and opened my doors to these people. They are part of my family. I'm giving them an opportunity to make a living for themselves. And he's like, please, everybody, just disperse. I will take care of you. Just be an orderly fashion. We will be able to take care of all of you. Except for you. I do not know. You've never worked in this factory. Points at you, Kurgan.
Is that because you don't hire blue people?
And he's like, storms back into the factory and closes the door.
Yor, can we, are the others still willing to protest?
There's a couple still kind of wanting to instigate a little bit more, but a lot of people are dispersing out. So I'd say more than, let me see here. Let me see. How many percentage-wise? About half. Half have dispersed. A little less than half.
Jay looks to Kurgan. I was kind of hoping that he would send someone out. He could cause a scene, tell April about it.
Yeah. But then again, we've already talked to April a lot. I don't really think that it would be good if like 3 stories in the same day came out, like with her little whisper network that I'm sure she's got, just telling all sorts of rumors about us.
Hey, I mean, we gotta get known somehow. It's not like forever gonna come back here, right?
You make a good point, but I'd rather not have all that much trouble while we're here. I say, holding up a sign that basically says...
we say as we're like holding up instigating protest sign.
As you're creating unions against unions and...
We were about 5 seconds away from a proper riot. Shame. Want to keep, Jay will just message to Kieran in his mind, want to keep protesting, or?
The crowd's kind of died down, not going to really have that much of an impact.
All right. Then Jay will, I don't know, place the sign somewhere decent and head out.
Yeah, with how tall we are, we can probably, like, I don't know, tape them to, like, a lamppost or something, and they would just have to get, like, ladders. You know what we should do? You should be, like, on my shoulders and just put them up really high.
Yo, yeah, I'll get on Kieran's shoulders and place them up, like, try and place them in obvious and annoying places to get to.
Says the man who can walk up walls.
Yeah, says the man who can walk. You know what? When you put it like that, I feel like you want me to start some.
No, I'm just saying, like...
I mean, technically he can run up walls, but he can't just stand there.
No,
yeah, and
you're right.
So, Jay will, like, if there's any good, like, places hanging off roofs, Jay will, like, place a sign there, but we'll just basically be on Kieran's shoulders and just bop, bop, bop.
There's tons of, like, outcrops. It's a factory, so you just think of, like, there's stables for horses and carts, and there's different, you know, roofs on roofs and towers on towers.
You know, place protests everywhere. Down with the bourgeoisie, comrade.
All right, you guys get a message from Towak. Hey, Timmy's on board. We just got all the stuff. We're gonna be heading up to space. What do you guys need to come over? What do you need?
Towak, good you called. We got a couple of different leads. We could either go to the exploded HQ of House Cannith in the Mournlands, or we can go to a weird faction of Cannith in the west and a weird faction of Cannith in the north. What do you think?
Also, we've got some very important information to share with specific members of the group. Maybe you should teleport us up so we can just, you know, talk about it.
Well, I'm still in the same spot. I haven't left yet. You didn't really tell me if you need me to head, but I have to tell you, there is a letter here from this April.
Oh god, this is gonna be good, isn't it?
2 gold says a hostage situation.
So,
and then Jay will start running back to the ship.
Okay.
Kurgan will follow much slowly because he's not a monk.
It's not urgent, so Jay will kindly keep.
So you're jogging, but I'm sprinting. Got it.
Yeah, sprinting, and Jay's like light on his feet, doing some quick like speed jogging.
Well, you've only got 50, and I've got 40, so it's not that much.
Yeah, you keep up with him more than the normal person could.
That's true.
Okay, so it takes a while. It takes a long time to actually navigate to get there, about 2 hours. You guys are pretty hungry. It is around noontime, and you guys didn't really eat breakfast, so you're getting hungry as you make your way to the ship.
Well, Jay has been poisoned yet. Are there any food stalls not currently being robbed?
Yeah, there's tons of like food carts all around. There is one that's selling a kind of like a hot dog, but it's like breaded chicken on like a bun, or there's different types of meat on a stick. There is cotton candy, ice cream.
I think what we should get is the other place. Does this place have weird version of popcorn? Because I know Draj had like weird finger things.
Yeah.
Does this place have some weird popcorn?
Yeah, for sure. And these kernels are like the size of your hand. One popcorn is the size of your hand.
Oh yes, yeah. Let's get a bag of those.
Oh, that'd just be like 3, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just like a couple of them.
No,
and like
this thing is like the size of Kurgan. You get the whole bag.
Oh, like a whole bag. Well,
it's like a punching bag.
Yeah, it's a punching bag.
A punching bag of popcorn.
A punching bag of popcorn.
Yep.
Yeah, well, obviously that's our lunch. I mean, come on.
We just have like a bucket of like butter. We just pour it over.
Yeah, you spit out like an avocado seed as you eat this one.
No, I just crunch it and I just swallow it.
This huge avocado seed is like what the popcorn's made out of. And so you're eating that as you're walking down, and you see your ship off into the distance. What are you guys doing?
Well, we're munching on massive popcorn. Any shadow people or black-eyed peas looking at our...
You can give me a perception.
Is Fergie here? Oh, 28. We out here.
Ooh, I was close. Okay, so you see behind a couple of barrels, there seems to be, not the black-eyed gangs, but there seems to be some people, like, look to be looking at your ship, and then saw you, and then precariously started reading a newspaper.
Mentally to Kurgan. There's some people scanning our ship. Do you want to just go say hi, see what they do?
Like, while we're just eating the popcorn?
Yeah, I mean, we can offer them some popcorn.
Sure, why not? Let's go.
All right. Gabe will take out a fresh hand of popcorn, and by that he takes out one kernel of popcorn.
Yeah.
And then we'll approach, welcome with Jay's amazing charisma and winning smile. We'll go over and offer these people some popcorn.
It's just one guy sitting down, and he's like, oh, sorry, didn't know you were gonna use this chair. I guess I'll look at the time. We gotta go.
Sir, actually, I have something I need to tell you. First, would you like some popcorn? It's freshly buttered and salted.
I'm all set. I'm on a diet. Sorry.
Okay. Second question. And Jay will move with Kurgan, just make sure he can't run.
Okay. Flanking him.
Which, I don't mean you any harm. Which organization?
Roll me intimidation. Is that what you want? Or do you want?
I guess.
Can I somehow give him advantage as I just menacingly just crunch a kernel just in my teeth?
Why don't you both roll me one? And make it straight.
Sweet.
2.
Ooh.
Negative charisma, gang?
Oh.
8.
Oh, okay. This is the worst. I got
Wow,
I'm just gonna add 3, so I got 7.
So hey, Kieran, we got one more, man.
Do it. Yes.
Man, we're amazing at this.
It's not really working that great. I mean, he sees you surrounded, but he's like, first thing, I need to know how did you choke on a kernel or something? What did you do here to Jay?
Jay's trying to give a glaring grr, and then just continues to eat popcorn, and he's like grr. It's just not intimidating at all.
Yeah, not at all.
With me, it's just I just fish out the big chunk. I'm purposefully looking for it. I put it between my teeth and try and show him as I just let's say, and it just crunches and just sort of half of it falls out of my mouth in tiny little pieces, and I'm like, oh damn, and I just swallowed the rest of it.
He's like, listen guys, I don't know what you want. I mean, I was just paid a couple of silver to be able to sit here and pay attention to who comes up and off that green ship, or it's a black ship now, this ship over here. I just pay attention to who goes up and down, and that's it. I don't know who these people are who want to pay me, but they just offered me a job.
Did you get a name?
A name? No.
Jay
I'm supposed to write it down in the newspaper and leave it here on this chair.
Jay would like to insight check him to see if he actually doesn't know.
Okay. Add 5 to this. Oh, come on.
Hey, Jay isn't great, but he got a 14.
Yeah, he's not totally lying, but he's holding back information.
All right. Listen, man. If it's true that you got paid only a couple silver to do this, that's not worth a broken limb to just tell us what you know about whoever this might be.
Listen, there's a group in this cafe right over that area, and that they were pissed off. They were mad for something, and I was out of work, so I really don't know much about them. They're the Boromar Clan. That's all I know. Please, just let me go. Here. But please, I have to leave this newspaper here. If this newspaper is not there, they could go after me and my family. And listen, I just got laid off from the factory because he's freaking Warforged, and I'm out of a job. I need some money.
As he's saying this, can I look at the newspaper?
Sure.
Like, is it like... I don't have anything that would help with that, but is it like somehow magical or something?
No. How would you know?
You'd have detect magic is what you would have to do.
Yeah, like it's not like flying around. It looks like a newspaper.
Is there like any like note just tucked into it or something?
There is some etching that you saw that he wrote on the newspaper.
I could just hide by the bench and then smack whoever tries and get it. Before we can go over, do you think those people are still in the cafe?
Yeah, they're there all day.
Cool, you want to go beat up some people in a cafe, Kurgan?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, let's go. Jay kind of cracks his neck and we'll start heading over. He'll ask the guy for directions.
Yeah,
and
he'd
then
say, well, listen, please don't say that I sent you, but I'm just going to leave this newspaper right here. And he tucks it there and he's like, I'm out of here. See ya.
Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Jurgen will mentally connect with Timmy, who is supposed to be on the ship, and tell him about the newspaper.
He's like,
now, I don't know if it's magic or anything, but just keep an eye on it.
No problem. I'll send Rocker over there to keep an eye on it.
All right, time to go beat up some people while they're having their tea and crumpet.
Okay, so it's sort of a restaurant more than a cafe.
Sorry, but before we go in, I'm just gonna hide my swords inside the bag of popcorn and just like pull them out when we get started.
That's so amazingly dumb. I love it.
Like the swords are like sharp. It's like sticking out it's breaking the bottom of your popcorn. But
no,
sure.
I have like the swords, the scabbards, those things as well.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. We'll make it work.
Listen, now we find out how to sneak your swords into place. Get a massive bag of popcorn. Just bring it over.
Massive popcorn.
Hey, it's just snacks for the road. What are you talking about?
Okay, so you enter the cafe. There is about 4 tables. It's more like a takeout, go in, but are some people sitting down.
Any big group that looks disgruntled?
No, but there's a door on the opposite end of the room. It's a pretty small cafe.
Yeah, Jay is just gonna maneuver and open that door. Attempt to open that door.
As you get to the door, a man sitting at a table stands up and is like, "Hey, that's employees only."
Yep. And then Jay opens the door.
Okay. And as you open the door, you see there's a bunch of people like counting money in there, and there's about 15 guys. They're counting money, and they look at you, and all of a sudden knives and swords come out.
Crunch. You take that half, I take the other?
Got it. And then Jay will drop his bag of popcorn and charge.